Hey family, and per usual, Black love, Black pride, Black power. You have to know yourself, to love your people, and don't get mad, do better. Before I jump into this one, please check out my Black Panther review one on white representation, my Black Panther review on Killmonger, and my Black Panther review on Black Panther, and also my Black Panther review on the diaspora versus the continent of Africa. Right now, we are going to talk about Black love representation in this movie. You see, I say it with a smile. I love how love was represented in this movie. I am so relieved to see so many positive, healthy, respectful African relationships. Okay, we've got big brother, little sister type teas, the genius little sister and the cool big brother who's the Black Panther, and they work together and they're playful, but there's love and all of that, and then we see Black mother to Black son, because we normally, all we hear now is how Black women ain't shit with raising these little boys. And to see Angela Bassett, who was a Black woman born in the States, born and raised here, playing this queen mother, type tease to Chadwick Boseman, who was a Black man from, I believe, Chicago or some shit like that. That shit really, because even though they are portraying continental Africans and continental African values, family dynamics, relationships and stuff, it's Black people playing this. And I love that, because you do get to see a Black person gets to look at that. And every Black people know Chadwick Boseman. Black people know Angela Bassett for damn sure. Black people know Forrest Whitaker. I love Forrest Whitaker. Black people now know Daniel Kaluuya. They now know little sis type tees. Like niggas recognize these niggas' faces. So when they see these Black people being African, they can look in the mirror and they can picture themselves being African. If that Black person is African and can be African and hold these African relationships, values, this, and the third, me as a Black person, I could do that shit too. And that was one of those. There, like I said in one of the other videos, I have a lot of shit to talk about it, but there are some little gems to kind of try and make it not as bad as it was. In these healthy Black love relationships, definitely, they do it for me. Angela Bassett trying to raise her son to be all strong. He turned out to be Negroish and have coon ways and shit when it came to outside of Wakanda and when dealing with other niggas. But as far as him and his character and stuff, dealing with his people, this, that, and the third type cheese, she raised a little warrior king and shit, and they had a loving, healthy relationship. All of the women respected T'Challa. T'Challa respected all the women. He really, truly, we got to see a dark-skinned Black man truly value, truly love, truly have a respect for an undeniably African woman. And that shit makes my life. Lupita didn't have her ass out at all, which I don't have a problem with if done right. But, she was respectful. She was respectable. She was, what's it called? She was elegant. She was regal. She, had this presence. She was fabulous. She was fierce. She was loyal. She was loving. She was caring. She's out there saving lives and shit. Lupita was doing the damn thing. Like, off the jump, Lupita was doing the damn thing. And to see how that Black man looked at that woman, it was just so cute seeing him, like, freeze up around her and shit. He was like, oh, yeah, when you see her, don't freeze up. Oh, yeah, he froze up. It was just so cute. It was just so cute. So cute. Who else? Oh, okay, I don't know this sister's name. I should probably Google it, but I'm using my phone to record right now. But she looks like a younger Viola Davis. She was the head of I forgot what their name started with. I believe it started with the D, but the Warrior Sisters, And even still, all those women were fierce. They did have their token light bright. So I know there's a lot of backlash of, oh, where was the light skin African representation? Have you met? I've never met a light skinned king ever. But the point is, they did have one warrior sis in there, giving me biracial type teas who was fighting against Killmonger. In the end, it was like 3 of them versus Killmonger in that huge fight scene towards the end. So, you had her, and she wasn't, some wank. She wasn't a bedouin. She wasn't a slave. She wasn't shit. It might have only been one of them, but she at least had a decent character, because when you see dark-skinned black women and other people's shit, it's just always sad. And we already know the list is long, so don't even make me have to go down it. I do find the irony, though, about the backlash that light-skinned biracial black people are given this movie because of their lack of representation. But when black women, undeniably black women, when dark-skinned black women talk about our poor representation when we do get it, and then our lack thereof, it's the same group of people who's crying their tears now telling us, oh, just be quiet, or oh, it's not that big of a deal, or oh, we're all black anyway, so it doesn't matter. All that type of shit. All the type of shit when that's just the other way around. And we get one little movie that's full of a ton of bullshit, but where they finally do right by black women. And Killmonger's girlfriend was light skinned. So you guys got 2. I don't want to hear it. Because we can't even get that in a lot of shit. And when we do, where somebody's maid, or somebody's whore, or somebody's thought, or somebody's baby mama, or somebody's mammy, or somebody's Aunt Jemima, the list just goes on. So I'm getting beside the point anyway. Black love representation, that's what I was talking about. But the Viola Davis type T sister, the younger Viola Davis, and if that was Viola Davis, girl, how you doing, Viola? Can I get some? If it was her. But if it wasn't her, you look like you are her twin, or her like carbon copy daughter. And she's gorgeous features, gorgeous skin. And her relationship with Daniel Kaluuya was so cute. I forget Daniel Kaluuya's character's name. I wish I brought a notebook and pen while watching this movie, but hi my love, hi my king, hi my love. Stop! To see the smile on his face and then the smile on her face. And that scene in the end when he was charging with the rhino, and then she jumps in front and then the rhino licks her. You can see that relationship between Africans and nature. I love to see that little whole, the rhino recognize. There's that there as well. But the fact that this nigga pull up on a rhino and she's like, look, nigga, I love you, but I'm not going to let you, even though she was fighting on the wrong team, I think, and we could have really used her support, because those of us over here, not in Wakanda, give me vibranium, please. We need it. It's long overdue. But the point is, he goes and stops him. We don't have to watch this black woman have to kill this black man, which is not good. And then we don't have to watch this black man kill this black woman, which is also not good. So, he hops off the rhino. Would you really kill me, my love? And she's like, oh, for Wakanda, I may have to. But even in the end, they still, he drops his weapon and he like bows and shit. And it's just like, oh, my love. And then they can still be love and shit. Like, that was great. I did not appreciate the fact that we never saw Killmonger's mom. There are lots of continental African men who come here and get with black women and have children. And though most black people I know that have a continental African parent and a diasporic African parent, they still have both parents. But there are a lot, and this shit was going on right under my nose back in Compton. I didn't even know it. There are a lot of continental men that come here, get with the black woman, have kids so that they can stay in this country, but they have a whole family back in Africa, and they end up leaving the black woman with the child and going back to Africa with all their money and shit to provide for their family and stuff over there. That is something that we need to wrap that shit up. That's just not cool. And the whole idea, like, Killmonger's mother, a black woman playing a black woman in America, us not being able to see any potential representation with her. All we know is the nigga lost his dad. We don't know what happened to his mother. We don't know who raised him after that. We don't know shit. It's that this nigga never came out of cooch the way they did Killmonger. And it's like, as happy as I am for all the positive relationships that we see between black people playing continental Africans, I would have loved to see some positive black love between black people playing black people. You know, we see Killmonger and his whole type tease is this nigga never got to have his father was taken from him by his uncle. We don't know shit about his mama. He finally has a girlfriend and, you know, she's got his back helping him out, ride or die or whatever, you know, light bright type tease sis. And then he shoots her in the head. Yeah, there's nothing healthy about that kind of a relationship, you know. And I will say, I think it would have the visual and the idea would have been worse if the girl who played Killmonger's girlfriend looked like me. Definitely would have been worse. But that was already a bad, distasteful visual, just reinforcing the idea that black people over here in the States, we are not capable of love. We don't have the capacity to truly care for one another. We don't respect ourselves. We don't respect our women. They had Killmonger fucking up black women the whole goddamn election. He choked out the one sister who takes care of the heart-shaped herb. You know, he shot his girl. You know, he smacked up somebody. You know, they had Killmonger just completely giving diasporic Africans a terrible name when it comes to the black male, black female relationship type tease. And even though there are plenty of Killmongers out there, we have plenty of these pro-black cats out here, you know, black power, but don't give a fuck about black women type tees. We got too many of them out here. I can't even tell you. Like, I won't even get into it. Just know, I know that there are plenty of them out here on their Killmonger type tees. But you know what else I know? I know there's plenty of black men out here, pro-black or not, who really do give a fuck about and love and respect black women. You know, and in fact, I've had a rough life. So it's like, from my experiences, I see it like kind of 50-50 type teas. But I know plenty of other sisters who run into more good black men because of the environment and stuff they were raised around. They were exposed to better black men than others and whatnot. So I just don't like them making it seem like that's all there was. They showed no contrast. Killmonger's relationship with other black people, his relationship with black women, they showed no contrast to show us that, but there's also positive black relationships in the States too, or in diasporic Africans as well. So again, you got to peep game. Now, I will say, you know, for those of you guys who are a must on this movie, you have to, you know, find some way to justify it. One could say this: hey, you know, this movie, the angle that they portrayed that from, where they have black people playing Africans, was to show black people that this is what we would be like if we acted like who we really are. And this is who we're like right now when we don't know who we are. So there's one way to take it. So those of you guys who have kids that are super into this movie or whatever, and you want to find a way to flip it to where they can still connect to it and feel that pride and have that understanding, this is your brain on drugs. This is your brain not on drugs. This is your brain on white supremacy. This is your brain not on white supremacy, so that black kids can still say, hey, you know, we see a lot of this, and this is unfortunately something that's prevalent in our community, but we can also see this and we can also be this. I don't have to just be some black American nigger. I can be the African person that I am, who just so happens to live in America, you know, and I can have these healthy relationships. So that's why it goes back to the whole idea of, and you'll see it in my continental versus diasporic African Black Panther review that I've done before this one. You'll see why I bring up, I do appreciate the fact that it is regular black people from the States playing these African roles, because it shows us having the ability to be our African selves and it being a positive and beautiful thing. So I'm going to call that a wrap. Per usual, black love, black pride, black power. You have to know yourself, to love your people. Don't get mad, get right. And don't go on my comments trying to hang my ass. You go talk to the writers of this, and you go holler at the director and say you missed a few spots, because he did. All right, y'all. Peace.